Being a perfectionist is stupid. Like seriously, you just want to create something, or even worse, recreate something, and suddenly you feel all bad because you couldn't do it exactly like in the reference. Comparison is a criminal. This is my Windows 11 Lockscreen, and I've probably spent hundreds of hours staring at it before booting up my computer. You see, if you haven't set your lock screen to be anything specific, you get these really cool photographs and art made by people at random. I look at these images every day, but I don't really look at them. So today, to beat my stupid perfectionism, I will recreate them in Minecraft, for no other reason than life is meaningless, we have to create meaning ourselves, which means doing random stuff like this. So here is the image that got me this video idea in the first place. I went into building with this very naive expectation that I would make perfect recreations of these images, to the point where you would squint your eyes and you wouldn't exactly know which one is which. That didn't happen. After being a bit down for a little while about the fact that I couldn't get it right. Done it all! Ah! No matter how much I tried, I realized that that is stupid, I'm not a machine, and getting the idea across became my only goal. And that is where the fun truly began. I made the trunks of the trees first. I tried estimating the colours of the leaves and decided on bamboo wood and yellow wool.
Wait, you are in creative mode.
Oh. Then I used my already prepared colour palette to put the leaves on the trees. After putting the image into a pixel art generator, I cried. The one-dimensional nature of the image made it way easier to find proportions, unlike the other builds I made later. To compensate, I spent a delirious amount of time putting details onto the trees, until it was almost perfect. Time for the big reveal. Here is the second image, but I'm getting a little bit bored, so how about a little time lapse? I don't need money. Hello, Depeche Mode. This build was one of the most difficult ones of this entire project. Unlike the first image, this one had more 3D qualities, which meant building 3 sides instead of just one. I don't know why, but I really ended up in a flow state of sorts, and the build was practically building itself. Also, lining up perspective to a single block was incredibly difficult. It involved me constantly flying back and forth across 500 blocks just to realize that something was off about my build. Don't get me wrong, I had a really awesome time putting the church together and texturing the background trees like I saw the colors on the image, and I struggled for a little bit. But even through all that, it was truly the build that I enjoyed building the most out of this project. Again, not quite, but I'll take it. This last build is a lonely little lighthouse. The bright yellow of the lighthouse really jumped at me when I first saw this image. I decided that in the final screenshot I would use shaders to give the same effect. All the other images featured little to no light and shadow. Using shaders for them seemed a bit out of place. I first built the lighthouse itself and then sculpted the environment with world edit. Compared to the first two builds, this one was actually really easy. When I checked the time, I realized that this build only took me 1.5 hours to complete. Really? Yeah. The subject matter was relatively basic, and it's just a single structure. Still, 1.5 hours is really fast for my standards. Right, now I have 3 little builds. What I do with them? Post them on Instagram, I guess.